Welcome back. If it has joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting live from Lagos and Abuja. A reminder of our top stories tonight. ASUU is still in a meeting discussing the possible call-off of their 6-month strike action tonight and end their face-off with the federal government. INEC tells states under emergency rule not to expect conduct of elections for the time being. Nigerian police obtains court judgments, demolishes over 500 houses on a huge land area said to belong to them. And South Sudan's President Salva Kiir confirms an attempted coup but says the soldiers are loyalists of his deputy. Stay with us as we take you through all our top stories. More of them can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. But if you're on the move, then visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. I'll go further now and interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android and Windows 8 platforms. So if you have a picture or video to share with us, all you need to do is download the Channels TV Android application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions to share your reports, pictures, and videos. Let's take you live now to our Abuja studios, where Linda Kiwe is awaiting with here heartwarming news about the Nigerian passports and more. Hi, Linda.
Hello, Amachi, and welcome to Abuja. Over 500 houses illegally built on a land owned by the police at Atipolome community in Mowo area of Badagry, Lagos State have been demolished. The land covering over 64 hectares was acquired by the police 7 years ago and a certificate of occupancy issued in 2008. Although members of the community admitted they had no government approval on the land, they explained that they bought the property from land grabbers popularly known as Omo Onile.
Don't beat your magazine. Right now, do it again.
Over 120 police officers from various commands in Lagos are drafted for this operation. Their first assembly point is the Area K Police Command on the Badagry Expressway as some operational tips. Outside the command are these vehicles and bulldozers as they take off for the operation. An operation for the demolition of a legal structure built on police mass land over the last 6 years. It's a lamentation for the residents of Atipolome community as they watch their lifetime investments flattened, while others try to salvage what is left in their buildings before they are brought down. Although both parties agreed it's been a long-drawn battle, the victims are said to have ignored eviction notices served on them.
We have been threatening for long concerning this place. That is a government land. So we even protest to Alausa. They told us that they didn't send them. That was 2011 when they brought a notice. Last about 3 weeks ago, they even came again. But we even interrogate them. Why are you trying to say survey of where people are living already for more than several years? From I will not prove it. It's a lie. I don't have. But I'm telling you from Orile to here, who has your phone?
By grace, I can still see where to manage myself. But like what is happening now is supposed to be on me, whether we like to, but like this or not, I've gone out. I'm just, you can see me. It is Nigerian police force who own this land, and I'm not thinking anything about it.
As the demolition of the structure on these over 970 plots of land continues, it is expected that the police will immediately move in to occupy the land.
If you are planning to process an international passport, you may not have to wait for days anymore to get it done. The Minister for Interior, Mr. Abba Moro, says Nigerians will soon be able to walk into any of the passport offices across the nation and get their passports within 24 hours. The minister said this today at the launch of waiting areas at the Ikoyi Passport Center in Lagos.
Getting travel documents in Nigeria is a process that oftentimes puts one's patience to test, considering the amount of time and perhaps days it takes before this is done. At the Ikoyi Passport Center in Lagos, those who come to process their passports have to wait under this canopy. They have to endure the weather, rain or shine for their hours of waiting. But all that has changed as two banks have partnered with the Nigerian Immigration Service as part of their CSR to erect two lounges. Now when people come to process their travel documents, the frustration of waiting is no more.
I must say I'm highly impressed because the former time we normally comes here, we normally be the canopy. Sometimes when the sun comes, we never feel uncomfortable. But with this development, I think Nigerian Immigration Passport Service is improving.
Just as the Minister of Interior launches the waiting areas, immediately the head of the Ikoyi Passport Center, Mrs. Tupe Anyalechi, ushers people waiting into the new facilities. And then more cheery news. The Minister of Interior, Mr. Abba Moro, says that immigration officers will now have to make sure that travel documents are ready within 24 hours.
The Nigerian Immigration Service has a target of 24 hours within which to issue passports and travel documents. And I expect that as we leave 2013 behind and march on to 2014, that this target must be realized.
But are there equipment in place to make sure that the 24-hour mark is a reality?
The Nigerian Immigration Service at all our passport centers have all the facilities that it takes to issue passports in record time. It is the human factor that has been responsible for the sluggishness in the processing of applications for travel documents, and that is what we want to cancel here, that these things are doable if we are determined, if we develop the necessary will.
With the assurances by the Minister of Interior and the improvements shown in the Immigration Service, getting international passports may no longer be a frustrating experience. Sheung Okimbale reporting for Channels Television News.
Young Nigerians were honored at the 2013 Future Awards, which took place at the Presidential Villa yesterday in Abuja. It was an evening where young Nigerians were recognized for their outstanding achievements in their different areas of endeavor. Accomplished Nigerian business executives and economy drivers were also present to inspire and cheer the young achievers. Hundreds of young awardees were one after the other got a shake from the Vice President Namadi Sambu, who gave the assurance that the government is ready to help develop entrepreneurial initiatives of young people.
Nigeria, hear this. What a great nation.
Here at the banquet hall of the Presidential Villa are some of Nigeria's brightest and most enterprising youths. After several years of creating a platform to recognize and honor outstanding Nigerian youths, the Future Awards project honors hundreds of young Nigerians for their consistency in their areas of endeavor. And our own Maokwe Ogun was one of the honorees.
These are young people who have taken seriously the industry and their craft, and they have become some sort of icon, as they have said, hero, builders, titans. They have gone over and above, not just creating a space for them to operate, but actually creating spaces for other young people to come up.
Born in a land blessed beyond comparison, we have struggled, we have been afraid, we have even failed, but we have risen time and again. Because we are unified by hope, inspired by the possibilities. So here we are, standing tall.
It wasn't only a night of color and inspiring music, but an evening where words of inspiration were dropped by some of the notable Nigerian business executives who presented the honorees.
Information, we are stronger than before.
The challenge is for you. My generation, I believe, has done a bit. I don't think we've done enough. But I see in your eyes the fire. I see the fire in your eyes that can set this country right.
Nigeria is a country that is waiting to, as they say, explode in parentheses. We have hundreds and hundreds of men and women across this land. We have played our part. We are still playing our part. But I know that the greater part will be played by you, like the 100 that we're honoring tonight.
Hard work is important for success. As entrepreneurs, you know this already, but I'd like to leave this advice with you. You need to work very hard, no shortcut.
The 100 young Nigerians recognized took to the stage, and one after the other, each gets a handshake from the Vice President.
Indeed, in a country such as ours, where young people under the age of 35 make up 70% of the entire population, government must help address the challenges facing youth in order to safeguard our nation's future, progress, and prosperity.
With the level of commitment and target-driven spirit found in some Nigerian youths, the Future Awards project is perhaps just one of the ways by which such efforts are rewarded and nurtured.
For the Finance Minister, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, there cannot be a strong nation without the youths. That's the focus of her presentation at the Future Awards event, where she also said the government is ready to collaborate with the youths of this country to move it to the next level.
The challenges that we have in the country of job creation and inclusion, trying to work with people at the bottom end of the ladder. It is this focus on the future, this passion for our young that drives all this. But at the same time, responsibility lies with the young people to connect with these efforts and to engage constructively with government. I've always been convinced that the future for this country is bright, no matter how difficult things seem at the moment. This is a country with such amazing possibilities and capabilities, and it is a country waiting for those who are willing to tap. And I know that all of you, these builders and titans, and all of you here in the audience, all the young people, you are going to be the ones that tap into this future.
And that's all we have for you from the nation's capital. Back to you, Amachi.
Thanks a lot, Linda. And when the News at 10 returns, Imo State government and some banks at war over tax payments. That's in a moment.